Welcome to Feminized. It's time for a show that turns the spotlight on the powerful women shaping cannabis culture. The cannabis industry is on fire and women are sparking it up. If you like the show, please subscribe. You can also subscribe to the Feminized podcast with Liz Grow on YouTube and Instagram. The future is feminized. Patti Zanin! I can't say enough about my next guest, the outspoken and always real Miss Patti Zanin. She's the founder of the Colorado Hemp Xchange, an international hemp and cannabis consultant, and Theracan International business development officer. She makes an exciting announcement about a new role that will take her around the world in 2022 for weed, and gives some truly sage advice for anyone looking to jump into the cannabis industry. And I quote, "Bring a helmet and your knee pads." Ladies, and maybe some gentlemen, the incomparable Miss Patti Zanin. You're now listening to the Feminized podcast. Welcome.
I love how you do your faces. You're just like so animated.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I really can't help it. I've got a horrible poker face. Horrible.
Oh, I would never play poker with you.
Yeah, no. I'm more of a, I'll hang out at the table with just like a cocktail and maybe a joint,
I hear you.
But Patti Zanin, welcome to the Feminized podcast.
Thank you. So thank you for having me.
Of course I did. I mean, this podcast is for the most inspiring and empowering women in the cannabis industry, in the cannabis game. And to me, you have been that person for so many years. Founder of Colorado Hemp Xchange, now the new business development officer for Theracan International.
I'm so excited.
I think this is the first public announcement.
Dude, I was going to say, ta-da!
Hey, it's happening.
Yeah.
So, can we dive right in? Tell me, what does that mean? What does that mean for really cannabis?
Well, I get to do what I've been doing here in Colorado. Way over far away. It's in other countries now. I'm going to be all international.
Wow.
And it's what's so cool about the job, the position I've taken, is that they're going to let me be me to a certain degree, and bring a lot what I have here there, but the learning curve, Liz. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been drinking out of a fire hose, learning about all the different countries, what's happening there, what isn't happening there, what's not going to happen there. All of the politics and stuff, and it's just crazy, but I'm super excited.
That is so incredible.
Yep.
So this company, Theracan International, is really sending you all across the world to check out markets or to consult with markets or to see what's going down. I mean, I am like, I'm the consumer here, right? You're making decisions on a corporate level with hemp and
don't
cannabis.
Give me too much credit, but it's I get to go and join the team in Panama, and they are already in the midst of dusting off some pre-COVID projects that are coming back online, and also getting to bring new business, which is what I'm supposed to do, what I want to do. That's what I think I do pretty well, and bringing the business and closing it, and it's medical cannabis. It's something that I really get a chance to focus and learn from people that know way more than me about it. But I get to be part of the team that is a full service turnkey management that will bring everything online for everybody. I hold your hand through the whole process.
Oh my God! Sign me up! Sign me up! I'm a Theracan International customer.
Dude,
I get Patti.
Dude, I feel like I'm half therapist, half business development officer. What else?
Oh my God! Well, just shield.
I should.
Right? You shield people from shit. When you move the way you move and you work hard to find solutions and see projects to fruition. I think you do a fair amount of shielding from shit and keeping things on track.
I do.
Projects and whatnot.
I do. Kind of like the quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm a quarterback, and I've got this great team, and then the team supports me, and I support them. And then, but it's free thinking, which I really, really like. The company encourages people like me. He's been following me on social media for 3 years, and he still hired me.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that you said that, because your social media is the shit.
I'm pretty passionate and vocal. And, raw.
Real.
Yeah. I apologize when I make a boo-boo, but yeah. But that's what I said. I said, "Do you still want to hire me?" And he was like, "I love that about you." He was like, "You are my unicorn." This is actually what he said, and I said, wow. "Fucking unicorn! Whoever calls you that?"
Oh my God! Well, you know.
So now I have to work my ass off to prove myself, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out there and get dirty and get to touch everything and be boots on the ground and. You know, everything from indoor planting, outdoor planting. We specialize in vertical indoor cultivation, but the whole point is to be part of the whole development of what's happening over there.
Yes.
You know, the economic development, the educational component, the environmental component. It's just a community. So I can tell I'm a little Italian. I talk with my hands.
Yes, I love it. Me too.
So yeah, it's a learning process, and I'm super excited, in case you can't tell.
I love it. No, I can totally tell. And it feels so good to know that, you know, cannabis is being, you know, spread throughout the globe, you know, by you and by people like you.
People like me with experiences.
Yeah.
We've way more than me, you know, but I 10 years in, you know, coming up this year. So
let's
I
talk
can
about
speak
that.
to a few things, but, you know, I try to stay in my lane. I'm in trouble when I don't, but it's been a learning experience, but I've crossed almost every barrier, touched every part of it, all the spokes in the wheel, except extraction. I haven't worked in a lab. You know, I've worked in cultivations, you know, just kind of like undercover, not undercover boss, not that I was the boss, but, you know, I got to go in and they're like, "Who's she?" And I'm just got my buds on and therapy, trimming and stuff, so I can understand why people really get the magic when they get to touch it. So I've gotten to do that, but not the extraction, but, you know, the real estate, the business license, the brokerage, the changes, adaption, all kinds of things, you know, and it's
so much.
Cool. I love it.
God, you know, and you were talking a little bit about the political side of things too. Like are you helping legislation in these countries? I mean,
I'd like to jump in, and that is actually on part of our objectives that we are working on, and I'd like to think that I'll get to be one of the people that gets to maybe plug in, especially the countries that are coming on that have approved, but still don't have the rules and regs to be able to, you know, to give me my license and I know how to run my business.
Right.
So
they're like, what are we going to do now?
What are we going to do? Or we're going to give them to some people, but we don't know who those people are. And so, but those people are probably somebody's friends of friends. You know, we're not stupid. But so how do you get to be in there, you know, be taken seriously, and the technology, we're bringing a whole nother system and opportunity for a way to cultivate. So dealing with that, but back to the politics, it's going on, but I do feel confident that Theracann can actually pioneer some of that, and has in fact in the past. My CEO, Chris Bolton, is a fucking, actually, I keep saying fuck.
No,
He's a
that's
fucking
okay.
rock star.
Yes,
he is. This is his baby. What's that?
I'm sorry. Yes. I just, as you're talking, I'm feeling like we need to do a celebratory dab.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I got my passport. I'm leaving for Panama, I think the week of the 14th.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we got to be
I know,
here.
The timing was perfect.
Yes. So we're going to do, will you hold this, please?
Yes, I will.
And then this is just a low temp dab.
Nice.
Right?
I haven't done this in a long time.
You're going to love it.
That's what they all say. Just kidding.
But at least with cannabis, you know, it's true. Okay, put the glass thing back in. No, that's okay.
And leave it?
And then, and then you can kind of let more air in as you want to.
I think I got it.
Yes! I think Patti Zanin got it.
That tastes so good, you guys.
Yeah, it's
you're a good influence.
Thank you. It's so clean. It's NATTY REMS Banana
Punch.
I
know NATTY REMS.
Banana
He's
Punch
awesome.
number 2.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
Oh man, we got to
sure.
shoot in their facilities last year.
Nice.
And oh wow, like talk about an operation. Talk about SOPs.
Oh yeah. And those, I mean, again, I don't know, 10 years ago, it was like, what the fuck is an SOP?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't put it in my car and just drive it over there.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah, hello.
No, the government needs their piece of everything.
Yes, they do. And they are doing a damn well good job. Did you see California today?
Oh, what happened?
That they're, the provisional licenses that they only have to 30th of June. I have to look it up to be licensed
for
their
because they're vertical they are
provisional. They are only provisional. If you aren't licensed up and have your permanent one by a certain period of time, you're just out of the game. So everybody who's been provisional doesn't get in or can't afford to do all the things to finish up, because I'm guessing that they're still provisional because they can't finish or can't afford it. It's I'll forward you the link.
Please do. Ooh, that's because they're. Listen, I mean, they've been operating in a gray area for so long.
For a long, long time. I haven't touched it. That's why I'm embarrassed to say, but I'm not, because I can't keep up with everything. But it's been a shit show since day one, and that's what I said this morning to a group of people. And I know they think I'm crazy, but there's reasons why some of us chose not to go to California.
I mean,
and my hat's off to anybody who's successful in doing it, and because I know there's lots of it.
You didn't have the stomach for it, and you know what? There's no shame in your game whatsoever.
I just had other good opportunities. I mean, why not work with places that are yes, and said, we're not sure, and you got to pay, and blah, blah, blah.
I know.
And then there's other opportunities that they just, what can we do to get you to come here? Which is a turnaround too of philosophy. Yeah. But once they see the money.
Oh,
it's a no-brainer.
The money, and I mean, just so many beautiful things, I think, take place once a state becomes legal. Mm-hmm. It's the money, certainly, the jobs, all of that good stuff. And we can do the math for Texas, and your brain explodes.
How's it going there?
It's not, I mean, it's slow. It's slow and going, so we have primaries coming up in March. So what needs to happen in Texas, it's a republic. Right, and so the people can't get all the signatures and have a bill, put forth a bill. The people can't do it. We do it through our representatives.
Okay.
And that's why being involved so early is so important in Texas. And you have to declare a party in the primaries, to vote in the primaries, and then to vote in any sort of runoff election. So it gets very complicated, is my point. We are kind of living and breathing it and really trying to educate our community and people who pay attention to what we're doing.
Can I ask you a quick
on
question?
How they should vote.
How many competing entities or groups are there in Texas that are working for the cause?
Well,
are you guys working together? I'm just curious, because early on, a lot of times in the past, everybody thinks they've got the best idea and we're going to solve the problem, but then if it interferes with my business or something, whatever.
We're helping. Yeah, we really are. I feel like there is a good synergy. There is. We're sponsoring the Texas Marijuana Policy Conference next month. Yeah. And that's
bummer.
Oh, I know.
Well, okay.
But yeah, so we're excited about that. And it's just about education. But we need people to know that you've got to get involved early. It's not going to happen overnight. And if you're asking when it's going to be legal, then that's a scary question. It's like, then what the fuck have you done? Exactly. It's really, and then that's where we are, and that's not the answer.
As if it will, though. I mean, again, you obviously, plan for the worst and hope for the best. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think the infrastructures that are going into businesses these days are really, in the last couple of years, pre-COVID, some people were really getting ready to gear up and really be able to master that scaling, and again, but doing it the right way. And I'm not even talking about the MSOs and everybody. Everybody hates those guys, but it's just been an interesting ride. So
we have 2 in Texas. So we do have a medical program. We have 2 MSOs operating, one MSO operating in Texas and then 1 Texas company. And, it's a very limited offering to the consumer. I'm a patient.
Okay.
I have my card, or it's not a card, it's a prescription.
Right.
And so I can tell you, I can speak from experience. The products are good.
They are. Okay.
They need to be better. They could be better, but there are limitations.
Are the shelves full? Are you having trouble?
No, they're having trouble keeping them full.
Okay.
There are so many restrictions. There's so many ways that hands are tied. There are so many just really foolish touches the whole way. It's like why is DHS involved with the cultivation side of it?
Is what everybody should be saying.
And so I want to send you into Texas. I want you to talk to Greg Abbott. Okay, I want to send in Patti Zanin.
Me?
I want to send in the big guns. So my plan is to bring you to Greg Abbott.
Wow.
I need to bring you to Greg Abbott.
I'd love to get to meet him.
Because he is he's a very, very, very powerful man. Very powerful man. He knows it. He's a very strong contingency. A very, very strong constituency.
Has he been on since the very beginning, too?
No, this will be his third term, so about 6 years.
Okay.
And he's doing okay. He's got some things that work, some really work for Texas.
Okay.
Some things that really don't, but again, if you're in Texas, you got to fight for what you want.
For sure.
And because we fight for, cannabis, we know what the process looks like. So Greg Abbott, I feel like if he were to understand on a deeper level, he would make some moves before the election. I really believe that.
Interesting.
I really believe that, Patti. He misspoke at a press conference the day after we got to speak with him, just briefly.
Really?
But he said that small possession was a Class C misdemeanor. And that's not true. That's what we've been fighting for. But that bill didn't even get heard because of our Lieutenant Governor, Dan Patrick, is such a cockblock.
But so that means, too, that he's uninformed.
Yes.
That's it. The guys who are making decisions, I saw that in the local city level. The guy, they'd be sitting around and they're like, what's a MIP? What's an OPC? Whatever? And I'm like, what? You guys are the ones that wrote the fucking rules.
No, you can't.
And they've never even been in one. They've never been in a cultivation. They've never been in extract. They have no idea.
They wouldn't go near flower. They don't know what it looks like.
They have no idea what it costs to run one of those businesses. And when they get shut down, the loss, it's just it's unforgivable.
It is unforgivable.
That they put you through all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you were opening up a donut shop, could you imagine if everybody had to go through that?
No.
Or every time I wanted to buy an Apple phone.
Yeah, oh
you
God
think
forbid.
Apple phone would put up with that?
No.
Bullshit?
Fuck
I don't
no.
think so.
China would not put up with that.
Exactly.
So just imagine.
Don't do that?
No, just do it. Imagine.
You just want to see my boobs.
Yeah.
We're good. No, sorry. So.
The most interesting podcast.
We do a little dance in, a little dance out. That's what I do all day. I have dance breaks, actually.
Oh, I love that.
At least one in the morning. At least one a day, but I try to do morning and afternoon before lunch and around 3.
Will you send me your songs, your dance break songs, and I'll send you my dance break songs.
Random playlist.
Well, it doesn't matter. What I want is your fucking dance break song. Just text it to me. You can do it easily. You can share it. You can do that. And I want it. Because we need to keep that energy going.
I want to.
It
has to be fun too, right?
It has to.
I mean, all the seriousness, all the complaining, all the problems. Still, I'm in it to have fun,
Yes.
I mean, I wake up every day excited and go, what do I get to do today? At the same time, of course, I'm stressed out. I have no time to go to the bathroom or eat lunch sometimes. And other times, I do have a day, but that's what my life looks like.
Yes.
And
yes.
A Monday could be any day of the week for me.
Yes.
And I know you're the same. But that's how the industry works for the most part. And, we need to be better, though, respect our boundaries, and I work on that. But I don't know if I win money,
nobody wants you to respect
opportunity. I don't know.
Just keep it going, Yeah, well, it's a beautiful space to be in right now. And why would you take your foot off the gas? No. Especially when you can work with your friends, which is, basically why we do what we do. We want to hang out with cool people.
Look at us,
moving the world.
how we met, and how I'm sitting. The fact that I'm sitting here with you right now must mean something. I must be doing something right, because honestly, I think I'm, pretty good at what I do, obviously, and I talk about it, but I always shocked that anybody else knows, because I just know what I know in my space. Yeah. And so when people acknowledge it, I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And, and I want to pay it forward. I do. I try to mentor. I try to help other women. And, I've been working with women of color and men of color. And there's so many layers to it that are synergistic.
Yes.
And serendipitous with the whole fucking industry. Would you agree? Can I get an amen?
You got an amen, Patti Zanin. I give you an amen and a hallelujah. Oh my God, yes.
It's how beautiful. I got there.
It is. It's synergistic, and it is. If you let yourself go with it, if you trust. I think you trust in your power and you work hard.
It's the female part. It's the intuition. It's the gut. I mean, the guys don't have it. They have it somewhere else. We have it.
Yeah. So talk to me. So you, you obviously you work with so
Just
many
kidding, guys.
cannabis.
Sorry. I mean, most of them are not.
We know we love them.
I can't live without them.
No, but we have the mic.
Yes.
So we got to talk about them.
Yes.
No, but so you work with lots and lots of cannabis businesses, and you work with men and you work with women.
Mm-hmm.
And just can you talk to me a little bit about some of what you've learned or advice, or I don't know.
I just, if I was going to give any advice, it's just really get a helmet, some knee pads. But it's just really, it takes a special, and I'm sure other industries probably say it, but there can't be anybody that does it like the cannabis space. It's not possible.
No.
So I don't want to discourage anybody, and I almost did this. I'm Truth Serum is my nickname, because I want to be supportive. I want to believe, and I am a dreamer. I'm an entrepreneur, and I want to support you.
Yeah.
But it's also being realistic about what you want to do, what you can realistically do.
Yes.
And also I would add, whether you touch the plant or not touch the plant, because the ancillaries and the picks and shovels around the whole thing are the other part of the bandwidth. At least that's the way I look about it whenever I'm working on a project.
Yes.
Like where's what's the ripple out going to be? And that's part of it. So I don't know, maybe your calling isn't to own a cannabis business. Maybe that dream to make the best chocolate bar in the whole universe that you've been trying in your grandmother's basement forever, you just can't get it where you want it to go. Or, you just work and you hang out and you sleep at people's doorsteps. I don't know. You just have to do what you have to do. But there's so many opportunities. But I just think, what do you want to do, and do it best, and stay in your lane, but be able to pivot. And that's what the people who are still here have been able to do,
Right.
The ones that are still standing. And I'm not talking about the people that started making hand sanitizer
no,
when everything went to shit. But, and that should be said. Shame on Patty.
I mean, the first time it was a brilliant business idea. The next 5,000.
I know. And everybody's chasing the dollar, and I don't have anything. I chase the dollar, but seriously, it's like it got so off focus. And actually, that's when business was good for me too, for a little bit before going through, getting robbed and fucked over and shit.
Oh God.
I know, right?
During COVID or after COVID?
It was a blend. It was a blend over and working remotely and moving product. I was doing more brokering.
Okay.
So a bulk of my career has been brokering, either THC or CBD.
And that's brokering, essentially. For anybody who does not know, it's helping put a buyer and a seller together.
I'd like to think
it's like a real estate broker.
It is.
Right?
You need a good broker. Unless you're a farmer, a businessman, you need the protection, and then why wouldn't you? But you need a good one, and that's why you have to vet them and make sure you're working with,
I love that. You need the protection. That's so true.
You do, and there's for so many reasons. The buyer and seller should never really meet anyway in any kind of transaction, in my opinion. But with that said,
I love it. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
And that's building your value. That's being there and being able to facilitate and do again, in the middle, the conduit for the deal. But it takes trust, and it takes people to understand the nuances. If I have two people on both sides of my deal that have been through it, so much better. If I had one novice who's come in and going to be the best ever, but still got to go through the process. And then it's just, you can't know it until you do it. People, the stories I could tell you, you wouldn't believe me.
That's
fucking crazy.
I mean, what's the biggest fail you've seen? Not fail, but crash and burn, maybe. I don't know. It's happy hour time, and I'm taking a
so I'm ready for a margarita. Can we have another one?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Can we have another
yes,
one?
I want to hear, because, I do. Let's learn from other people's crash and burns, because we've all certainly had that.
Oh, my God.
But tell me about some dumb shit.
I don't know if it's even been. Well, one dumb was just the failures were sometimes left out of the farmer's hands. But that's why SOPs and having them, SOPs for potential failure and hurricanes and hail, fire. An employee happens to spray. his secret sauce on plants and leaves them out in the sun,
shit.
and then puts them in a metal building that gets to 120 degrees and destroys $30,000 worth of clones. But, and it's like bing, bing, well, but I thought I was doing
just
the
speaking
right
in
thing.
general.
Yeah. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But they were trying,
Here you go, darling.
it wasn't their fault, but it was still a pretty stupid thing to do.
Yeah. She's ready for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yay.
So I hold it?
Yeah. And then if you want
Why
to
is it making noise?
Oh, just, I don't know. That's when it's supposed to be right at the 520, but these are low temp dabs, so I just put them in like when it's cold. That's why they're so refreshing.
It's very smooth.
Yeah, and you can taste the terps.
Yeah.
It's because the terps aren't being burnt off.
It's just, I'm surprised I'm not sneezing yet, because usually
I know.
terps, right, in fact, at the moment I speak, it's probably going to happen.
I know. This one definitely will get you sneezing.
Well, what's nice too is how clean everything is now. And
like
what's so frightening is how much of the public is getting shit. And the testing would be something else I was going to ask you about. In Texas, what their approach is on full panel testing, and the lists.
We don't have third-party testing. We don't allow third-party testing in the States.
So the state's doing its own
very
testing?
strange, yes.
There's no other DEA, I guess, certified labs.
There are DEA certified labs,
those
yeah.
are them.
And it's, what's going on? It feels to me like we're really closing off business. We're really keeping ourselves from putting out the best product for the consumer. And doing the best for our state and having more businesses.
You guys have such a huge, everybody has an opportunity. That's why me going over to these other countries that are poor, have been
Come
just...
to Texas, your next country.
Oh my God, that is another country, you're right.
It is.
But to get to go there and be able to really help them shape, and you just got to get them to listen and understand, not have to pay everybody off and their brother.
Yeah, no.
And create the funnel and the supply chain management so that whatever they're growing, it's sold before we put it in the ground. But we got to have something. You need to have a proof of concept. They need these business plans. And those are all the things that I helped do in the beginning with the weed in Denver. Excuse me. So
no, you're good. Can I get a little water?
You may.
Reveal here. Thank you.
May. I knew I should about wine. I was going to.
You're good. You know what? Because after this, we're going to get wine and margaritas.
Let's go somewhere.
Yeah, hell yeah, we are.
Let's go somewhere.
This is why this podcast is so important to me on so many levels, because it keeps me hydrated and it keeps me smoking really great weed.
Because the more that you smoke, the more you drink.
Yes, and having great conversations and just capturing those conversations, and. I want to be able to scale them.
Love how you do it, and you're so good at it. You're so good at it. That's why I was so thrilled that I got to come. And so I want to support you any way that I can. Here.
So, okay, I ask my guests 3 questions.
Oops.
Every show. Okay.
Chocolate.
All right. First question.
Okay.
Who is in your dream smoke circle? 3 people, dead or alive.
That should just roll off my tongue, shouldn't it? Oh, God. I guess Snoop Dogg, Martha Stewart, and you.
Hey, yes! Thank you. Oh, that will be a good one. Yeah.
There we go. I just think the whole Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg thing is fucking hysterical.
It's fucking hysterical. And why not? Cha-ching.
I love it. Oh, I love it. No, I'm not dissing at all.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, exactly.
I just think it's just who in a million fucking years would have ever thought.
I mean, weed, it brings people together.
Everybody. It does.
Yeah, I love it. It's the best. It brings the best people together.
It does. I love it.
Okay, second question. What other woman is killing it in the game right now? Like, what other woman is inspiring you right now?
My inspiration. Glad you asked me that, actually. Thank you for asking me that.
I gave myself like a little fist.
Good question. That's because I ask that sometimes too. Her name is Sally Vanderveer, and she and her family started Medicine Man in Denver, Colorado. They were one of the first to come out and get a license, and they're all family. Andy and Sally. Sally's been, I think, I don't want to misspeak, but I know that she's been president for a very long time, besides founder. She is the engineering behind the business and built it to what it is. Again, it was a family affair. But so I've been watching her. They were one of my very first second or third licensed brokers that I did. I was trading paper, buy and sell our licenses, and then if I could convert them, we convert them, and if you change the location, change the location. So
I love that.
they hired me. I got one almost right away, actually. It was always so cool. And so I've always gone to her, and I watch how she has her personnel, their business, her retention, I think she said, is 80%, 85% on the employees. In the cannabis space, that is almost unheard of. The loyalty, the training they put in too, I think, in the culture, have been how many like her, our other peers have succeeded. But I love how she does it. She's real. She answers my calls when I call. That's awesome. And I'm like, I need you. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Or what do you think about this? And right, man, she gets back and she just gives me the. She's the perfect operations president, in my opinion. Besides being the owner.
I love that. That's fucking awesome.
And their family's awesome. So that's awesome. My answer to my question.
Okay, that's amazing.
So glad you asked.
Yes, and I'm going to give people a way to find her and find out who she is, because we're going to spread.
You have to Google, do something.
We're going to myceliate.
Do something. And
we're going to myceliate.
She's the brains behind the expansion of all the new retail that they put out. And to watch those stores opened up, and they were the guys who came out. They said they literally they want to be medicine man. They used the slogan, the Costco of weed. So a lot of people were like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. How would they give in? They're pre-packaging. You know what? The public loves it. Yeah. The public loves it. They grow really good flower. I've been in their facility. I'll take you. She'd love to show you. I bet. Wouldn't you, Sally?
Oh my God, I would love it, Sally. Please.
And that's the other thing. Yes. At one point, I think I've taken at least a dozen tours through there over the years. At least once a year. Sometimes like 4 times a year. Never says no unless it's just one of those days. I mean, I think she said no once. Wow. And to get to take people from musicians to Driscoll's strawberries, Oh
my gosh.
I mean, through that, and people get to see, because it's...
What kind of a grow is it?
They have some vertical and veg. They have different rooms. They started with, I think it's a 40,000 square foot building. And there was an original part that they built out right away. And then you can see the new part, the difference to it. And it's like many of them out there that started, whether it was Native Roots or Sweet Leaf or, for that matter, the clinic and, Green Solution. They all went through the same growing pains. Everybody's looking for the real estate and how to make something into it. And I think Medicine Man does a great job, and you can eat off the floor.
Ooh,
if I can eat off the floor, then Patty, that checks the box.
Yeah, I get it. You gotta. It's best for the terps, baby. If you can eat off the floor, the terps are
still in the plant.
Yes. Okay. And last question. What advice do you have for your 13-year-old self?
Oh my God.
13-year-old Patti.
You are valuable. That's what I would say. Oh my God, I cried. Sorry.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. No, basically don't give up. But shit, that I'm sitting here is a freaking miracle, and it's, it was worth it. I'd do it all over again. That's crazy. That's insane. Who says stuff like that? Pattis Zanin, motherfucker. Jesus, whoa.
You do, and you are changing. You are changing the game. You are changing the world. You are one of the most open, honest people.
I'm gonna do a spec. I just need a little spec. Somebody say, I remember her.
Yeah. Well, you're doing more than that. You're doing more than that, and I thank you for that.
Oh, thank you.
And this is just the beginning. Let's keep doing this.
I guess I have so much.
Keep doing the conversation.
Please. And I want to tell you about all the stuff I'm doing forward and the international stuff. I know Texas is your home.
Yes.
But ultimately, we're all going to be connected. We are connected.
Right. Yes.
So international distribution is where it's at. And that's where we need to be. And we need to, get this off schedule. We need it legalized. We need to have an interstate commerce. We need banking. We need all that shit. And until we do, though, there's opportunities over there too, and I think it's fair game. And why wouldn't I want to introduce it to you in Texas or California or Michigan or anybody else? Because have you guys thought about out the box and how your space in the your place in the space would affect the other people around the world is kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean,
I love hanging out with you, Patti, because you're always like, boom. She's always like, this is,
I make money. Everybody
this is
makes
the way the
money.
game is. I'm like, yes, hey,
happy.
if it means that we can hang out and play and keep doing good, keep making good media, because it's spreading the love of the plant. It's helping people to embrace it without feeling shame.
Exactly.
More women. We need more women.
Agreed,
this is a feminine plant.
Agreed. And
so
they're
that's
coming.
why we're doing it.
We gotta cultivate them. No pun intended. And I think look for talent. By that, respectfully, people that are, you can tell, the go-getters, man. They're gonna fucking, you need hustlers.
Yes.
You need to be a hustler. That's what you have to be. If you're not a nut, you can't teach hustle. Sorry.
No.
Try, it just can't. So
either you were born with balls or without, even metaphorically, okay?
Clearly. And we have something much better.
Thank you.
So don't ever forget that.
No.
Like Betty White said, right? Nothing takes a pounding harder than a vagina. You have to Google the quote. You have to. Give me
the quote of the episode.
Google, whoever's on the crew has to Google Betty White and what she says about the V. But the point is, you can't fuck with us, but you have to know your position. You have to own it.
Yes.
You have to show up. Suit up, show up, and do it.
Yes, do it. Well, let's keep doing it.
And smoke weed.
Hey, smoke weed every day. Thank you, Patti.
Thank God for weed.
Thank God for you.
Thank you. So, I can't wait to see you again.
If you'd like more, subscribe to the Feminized podcast on YouTube. Follow at Feminized with Liz Grow on Instagram. Special thanks to our sponsors Moose Labs and Richard's Rainwater. The Feminized podcast is a Grow House Media production, created by Liz Grow, produced by Patrick Pope and Dennis Ray, with original theme music and audio mixing by Q at Q to King Productions in New Braunfels, Texas.